It is Sunday. See what's going on with the bit shoot. Had a problem with this the last time too. I don't know why, but I'm gonna get it going. There we go. Hope everybody had a great week and is having a great weekend. It should be a long weekend for most folks if you're over here in the States, because tomorrow was Columbus Day, but now it's Indigenous Peoples Day, I believe. They changed it to that. So, yeah, some folks will be getting a long weekend. Others won't. Veterans Radio, appreciate you coming in. How am I sounding, everybody? Am I sounding good? Coming through good? That. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Looks like everything is coming through just peachy keen. The way it's supposed to. True Shadow in the Kick Chat. Appreciate you. Let me go over here to try to get the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show folks up. Try to get a hold of John right now.
Boom opens up.
Hello, how you doing?
How's it going?
What's going on? Good. How you doing?
Getting everything set up. You know.
Okay.
That pre-show thing, you know. Get the show on the road. How's your day going?
Good.
Good.
It's my last night up here in northern Arizona.
Yeah?
Yep. Leaving tomorrow. Gotta leave. I can't stay no longer.
It's too cold now, huh?
No, it's just my job's over.
Oh, okay.
And they locked the gate on me, so.
Oh, they're gonna lock the gate.
They're gonna lock me out.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I have to lock it.
Oh, you have to lock it and then turn the key in, huh?
Yep. My final act. Lock the gate and be on my way. But it's been amazing, man. I just, I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
That's just such a wonderful thing to be up here like this. And now I got, and it is getting cold. I mean, we've had some dustings on the mountains here in the last week or so. Every time it rains, it's like you wake up as soon as this, everything clears, then suddenly there's snow on the mountain.
Well, that generally doesn't bother you, because you kind of like the
Well, yeah.
snow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I lived in the most snow-prone places on the planet for a long time. But I'm done with that.
you're done with that.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that I am much older, I appreciate the South a lot more in the wintertime than I, shoveling snow in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
All the way up into what they would call summer here, but.
Yeah, dude. I lived at 9,000 feet in Colorado.
Yeah.
We got snow up until, I mean, you're shoveling snow clear into April.
Yeah, I think
Brutal.
we were like almost 11,000 out around Johnstown, where up in Pennsylvania, where I'm originally from. That's
11,000 feet?
Between 10,000 and 11,000 feet, something like that.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Dude, you're nowhere near that. You're like maybe 3,000.
Really?
Yeah, dude, there's nothing like that.
The Alleghenies.
I mean, the tallest.
The Alleghenies were that high.
Dude, like Mount Washington is the tallest thing on the East Coast, and it's, I want to say, like 5,000 feet, 6,000 feet, something like
I
that.
thought it was a lot higher than that.
No, dude. No. No, you're not going to find anything east of the Rockies that's, like over 7,000 feet, really. I mean, even that, I bet, is like, I highly doubt it's even that high, but.
Well, you know where I'm kind of from because you've skied out at Seven Springs.
Yeah, I've been through Pennsylvania. I know that area.
In that area. So.
And it's not 10,000 feet though.
How goes it this evening, gentlemen?
Pretty good. How you doing tonight?
What's up, Doc?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Enjoying the fall rain already here in Pacific Northwest. So glorious to have the rain back. I'm so thrilled. Can't you tell?
Yep.
It's the only thing I really dislike about the weather here is how long it rains for.
Yeah, I was looking. It looks like the whole West Coast is getting a big rain beating, as well as the northeastern coast of the states too. It's getting pretty bad.
Yeah, Farmer's Almanac said it's going to be a rough winter for weather, so it's going to be a lot of snow and rain this winter, I understand.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with what Barry talks about, that cloud seeding shit, and nothing like that at all, probably.
Well, I'm sure that doesn't help at all.
We're just in for it. When I was a kid, man, it used to snow, so deep. But, I don't know. In the 70s, really,
Well, into the 80s, I remember like a 10th or 11th birthday, something like that, in the early 90s, and March birthday, and we got like 1.5 feet of snow in mid-March. We were playing outdoor football in the snow on my birthday. I'll never forget that because it was didn't happen often, it was a freak occurrence, really, but they don't even get snow hardly at all back in my hometown in Pennsylvania anymore.
What part of PA are you from?
Lycoming County, up along the Susquehanna there, northeast.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the western side of the state.
That's where I went to
Johnstown, Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, I went to college at Clarion.
Oh, you went
for
to
a couple
Clarion. Oh,
semesters.
that's a nice area.
Yeah, beautiful out there.
Yeah, I did. For me, I did a few a few classes out at Capitol, out in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
You know, and then most of my stuff. No, my sister went to Pitt. Ugh.
Under the arm.
Yeah, she went to Pitt. And I originally was going to go to Indiana, University of Indiana in Pennsylvania.
I had some friends that went there. Had a couple of friends that went to IUP Punxsutawney.
Yeah,
which was
that's real nice out there. I love Punxsy. That's a really nice area.
Their whole school at the time was one building.
Yeah,
it was the dorm and the classrooms all in one building.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We had, we were a AA school where I was at, and we had 2 grade schools and then one main high school. But now that everybody's gone and people don't have kids anymore, they put everybody into one school.
Yeah, that happened.
And got rid of the shop classes.
Oh, of course, got rid of all that stuff. Yeah, that stuff
things.
all disappeared. Like halfway through my high school career, they got rid of all of that stuff. All in my high school.
Well,
all of it.
I might be a
they
little
all
older
combined
than
to
you.
another school.
I don't know. I'll be 59 in on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So you're like my brother's age. My youngest brother. I'm the youngest, but the middle brother. You're his age. I was one of those accident babies.
Oh.
Like, oh shoot, we're pregnant.
Oops. Yeah.
Yeah, my brothers were.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
My brother was going off into the military, and when I was going into elementary school, my middle brother. So,
yeah,
I was basically a only kid, but I grew up with all of the old school stuff. It was nice growing up in the tiny little backwoods of Pennsylvania. Didn't have it. It got really nasty though for my brother's kids. Apparently, there's a lot of heroin there now.
Yeah, I mean, Johnstown got really bad for heroin.
I remember.
I'm not from Johnstown, all right, but it was close. I mean, I'm like dead center between where I was from, like dead center between Johnstown and Somerset. All right, if you take the 219.
Yep. I grew up like the high school I went to was like 6.5 miles away from the town I was at. Like as far as like distance away, I lived in this tiny little village called Clarkstown, like 300 population. No, like one stop sign.
That sounds like
a grocery store.
You're Salisbury. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just much like I think we played Salisbury one year in football.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were a double B school. They had
we were single A
graduating class of like 25 or 35 or something like that.
Yeah, my class was a large class, and we were like 111.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were a 1A school, but we were right in an area that like got that boom growth from the gas wells. But our town didn't get any of the growth. It was just the towns around us because the old people in our town wanted to keep it historic.
Yeah.
Because it's a old fort. Fort Muncie was there, or whatever it was. I can't remember, Fort something or other. It was right there.
Yeah.
Back in the Indian fighting days.
I used to take in. I used to fish the Juniata all the time when I was a kid. I loved fishing there. Yeah, we would fish from Bedford to Everett.
Yeah, the west side has. I think the northwest has much better fishing than where I was at, in my opinion. But some people would disagree.
Yeah,
but
the southern part of the state, Nothing. Now, if you go to the northern part of the state, like you go up in Butler County and that, well, that's good fishing up there too. If you just want to go for stuff like, muskie and pike and that, and that's fun fishing. I loved that. It's like, but hey, you can only do so much of that.
Yeah, we go fish. There's so many creeks in Pennsylvania, though. You could just take your fishing pole out for a walk and come across the creek and drop it in a line and
creek that
fish
went
for
behind the house that I could fish out of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is definitely Penn's Woods for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We would hunt from Bedford County all the way up into Clearfield.
Yeah. We did our hunting up in Sullivan County. That's where my dad's family farm was.
Yeah. Well, my grandparents had a like a hunting. What was it? It was a hunting house that we.
Yeah.
But big farm down in Bedford County. It was huge and lots of land, and it was owned by my grandparents, my great uncles, and all that. It was real pretty down there. We used to do trout fishing in there. Oh man, the native rainbow trout that we would get through there was. Some of them were really big, and that's the only place probably that I would ever catch palominos.
Yeah,
the horses?
No, palomino trout. There's a type of trout called palomino trout.
The fishing down where we were at, like it wasn't because our property was way up on the mountaintop. It was all pond fishing. So the best fishing was when you get a big old catfish that was a scum sucker off the bottom of the pond, would come up and snatch your bobber instead of the bait.
Uh-huh.
That was always fun. But yeah, a lot of bluegill and stuff like that. There was some stuff. The fishing wasn't great, but the hunting was spectacular. We lived right. Our property went right up against state game lands. And so it was just, they ran right across our property on the top of the hill every morning, and just a herd of them. And it was always we didn't even have to do much, just do a drive, send 5 people out to drive and 2 cross-section hunters, and you'd take out 4 or 5 tags in one trip, and everybody go back and spend the day cutting up deer.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't big. I wasn't into big game. I always liked small game better. It was always more fun to do that, I thought.
I was such a sissy, dude. I hated killing the small fluffy animals when I was little, so I never got into it.
I felt like Rambo through the woods when I was going shooting squirrels and like.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're fluffy. I don't want to shoot the squirrel.
Fast enough.
Yeah. That's how my friends were. They always picked on me because I was such a sissy about shooting the small animals. I'm like, I don't even want to eat it. Let's go shoot deer. Let's go fishing or something.
Yeah.
So what do we got on the docket tonight there, John?
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. I was just going to bring up the Crypto Carnage article I've got pulled up here.
Excellent. Now, does yours? What does yours have to say?
It's from Zero Hedge. I read it a few days ago. It went into pretty good detail about everything, and what it was triggered by Trump's 100% tariffs on China.
Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be that was used as cover.
Ah. Okay, well, let's get into it in the show. But that's definitely, I'll probably open up with that one and just dive right into it. What's the current price of Bitcoin?
I think we're back up over 111.
Okay.
111K, I think. Everything pretty well recovered pretty quickly. I mean, all considering how rough it was.
Some of these, though, man, like I'm seeing some of the biggest hit. They're talking about Atom, $4
Yeah.
to 0.001.
Yeah, it went all the way down to a
SUI.
penny. Yeah.
Oh, tenth of a penny.
Yeah. It was pretty rough for some of them. They were.
I mean, are they bouncing back too?
I don't know if those particular ones will or not. The thing is what ended up happening was a bunch of like cascading liquidations and stuff like that. So the actual underlying buying pressure, if it was there, it should still be there. Everybody just got a huge discount, including BlackRock and everybody else. But I'll pull up a list right. I have that one on my list.
Yeah, and then we got peace in the Middle East once and forever.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe.
If they're not back at it by next Sunday show, I'll be pretty impressed.
I'll be very impressed, actually. I think this is one of his big goals for his entire presidency. So, if he can get it back together, that would be great.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't put a lot of stock in it. I mean, it's the Middle East. They've been fighting over that particular piece of dirt for about 10,000 years. So
millennia or so.
Yeah. But here taking a look at Atom's price. It's back up over $3 now.
Damn. Could you imagine throwing like a buck at that?
Couple people did. Yeah.
It's a tenth of a penny a share. You throw $1 at it, and then it's at $3 again. I mean, that's stupid return.
Yep.
On $1.
They throttled a lot of stuff though because of how the mechanics were behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
All the centralized exchanges were throttling buys. I tried to get in and buy some Cardano, but they wouldn't let me into my Coinbase.
Oh.
Many such cases.
Those bastards.
Yeah, there was a lot of carnage. It was the largest crypto liquidation in the history of the crypto market.
Mm-hmm.
It was
and massive amounts of money getting transferred too. If I recall from this article, there were let's see, 1,000 wallets on Hyperliquid were completely wiped out. 205 wallets lost over 1 million. 1,000 wallets lost over 100K. 6,300 wallets are in the red, with combined losses exceeding 1.23. And then here they were talking about some other numbers in here, like the top 100 traders on Hyperliquid gained 1.6 billion. In comparison, the top 100 losers dropped 743 million.
Yeah, it's big money out there moving around. I tell you, it's going to be interesting times. I really think we're in a 1920s moment, personally, but I think we're going to have a big bubble pop at some point. And we'll have a natural correction to this overinflated market. I mean, they just keep printing money endlessly. So,
and the housing market is the one that's really screwed. I mean, the housing market is just...
Hey, John, you know your camera's on.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's pointed out the window, but that's fine. You're not on it, all right?
Okay.
Just keep it where it's at. That's fine.
No, I just turned it off.
In fact, you can point it out the window so we can see what nature's doing today, where you're at.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
that.
That.
It's a radio show, Mark.
Yeah, radio. radio. When I got the music, I got a place to go. Something like that, don't you know?
Something along those lines. Let's see, what else I was looking at here today. Oh, did you see the Mondani? They're looking into his campaign for taking illegal foreign donations.
Whose campaign?
Mamdani, the guy up in New York running for mayor.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, of course, right?
Does that surprise me? I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, like, yeah, it's. I mean, one of those. Of course he is. That's.
Yeah, like,
Did you
was that
expect
ever in
anything?
doubt?
Of course.
Yeah, no. No, I thought I thought that from the moment he said he was a democratic socialist, I guaranteed China was backing him somehow. I'm just, China is one of those ones that, like, everybody gets worried about their physical attack ability, and I don't fear that at all. The Chinese have never conquered any other piece of land but themselves, so I don't really concern myself with that. But the communism, the spread of communism that they try to do everywhere, is pretty troublesome.
I read an interesting article about somebody just put out a book that's kind of like tapping into what could happen here with China and all these different the road and beltway thing that they put together.
Yeah.
And they made everyone finance these crazy loans for totally unnecessary, like, roads to nowhere, resort towns that nobody goes to, insanity. And now they're all on the hook for all this money for these, like, crappy dams that they built with, Chinese concrete that barely sits,
Yeah,
And just all kinds of stuff is about to come down on all that. If they all start saying, hey, man, we're not paying you anymore, this is BS, you took us for a ride.
Yeah, I've heard some African countries are even threatening to kick them out of the countries completely because of those types of things, because they've burdened them with all kinds of debt, didn't finish the projects, this, that, and the other thing. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, because China is they're running on fumes financially. So if we can starve them, we might actually get them to revolt over there and get rid of the communism altogether. I mean, they're still going to be Chinese, but they have like 25-30% youth unemployment. And
all they have to do is, like, just say, we're going to take America's Constitution word for word and just bring it over here. Right?
I mean,
and
they have. Well, they have. Even if you wanted to go more like the Chinese themselves wanted to be like, hey, we want to be Chinese, they have 10 different great historical empires that they can base their cultural sentiments around, and go back to a more traditional Confucian state, which would absolutely be a great partner for anybody to trade with, because they're bureaucratic, but they're not overtly externally threatening. They're very internal if they go in a traditional manner. So anyway, either way is better than communism. But
exactly. Yeah. There's a bunch of ways they can go.
Yeah.
So good news, man. I've been waiting on my registration cards, and they just got here like the other day, for my own car.
Yeah.
And I'm like literally leaving here tomorrow, and I just got word they got in. I was going to have to, like, I don't know what, I was going to jump through a million hoops to have to figure that out. But now I got it all renewed. I got the sticker and everything. I'm just, good to go.
Do they have the same delays going on down in your neck of the woods as they have going on? My brother-in-law was having problems when he moved to Kansas. We had a bunch of problems getting our stuff here as well. My wife still...
Your mail?
Not just from the DMZ. Or DMV. Not DMZ.
DMZ, I get to military zone.
Yeah. Basically.
I don't know. I mean, I've got it now. I came here in the nick of time. It's funny, when I ordered my Starlink, I got it on at like 4 o'clock on the day the government shut down. If it had shut down that day, I would have had to go in, change the address and all this other stuff, and
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Well, that's what crazy. I was wondering if some of the ICE going after the illegal immigration stuff and making sure they weren't getting IDs and driver's licenses. I wonder if that had slowed up the DMV here.
Who knows?
I know Portland is notorious for just handing out IDs to anybody with a pretend social security number. It's terrible.
Well, they were telling me they had an independent third company that does all the mailings and printing of that stuff. Yeah. And so you'd think it'd be a private company that would at least be somewhat on the job, But I guess if your number one client never says a word that you didn't deliver like 1,000 packages last month,
Yes, that's right. Kind of one of those things.
Yeah, it's like, they don't care. They'll pay us. Don't worry. just throw them in the incinerator.
All right, we'll fellas, we're going to need to reboot the room. So,
okay, all right. I'll hang up.
All right. Go ahead, and I'm going to end this meeting and bring it right back. All right, we're getting set up for the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. And I'm going to bring those guys right back. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's bring the folks in. John. Doc. There we go.
Excellent.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
All right.
All right. Yep. Yep. Won't be long until we start this up on the radio side.
Excellent.
And my buddy just got his tags here in Arizona, and they're dated 2030. So they got them 5 years out. You can do it here.
Yeah, I remember.
That's crazy.
I got my driver's license in Arizona when I lived down there, and it was good till 2048.
Really?
Yeah. I kept that sucker for a while.
Yeah, and then you register your car for 5 years. I mean, you got those two things together, and you can like drive to Argentina and back.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it for a minute.
Yeah, stop at every single beach along the way for the whole trip.
Yep.
So I wonder if a lot of the people that do those trips end up registering in a state like that. Because I know most states don't give you that option to register for 5 years.
I don't know. I know snowbirds that lived up in this area and then go down to Arizona. They have all their stuff registered down there.
Gotta wonder how a lot of them do it too. Like, what's the exact process? I know a couple of ways to do it, but I wonder how like the average person goes. Do they just walk into the DMV and say like, "Hey, we're living in here out in the desert, and we register," and they're like, "Yeah, no problem."
Basically, I think it's just if you have the mail, the mail component, I think that's basically it. It's been a long time since I went down there.
But what bills are they getting? You know what I mean? Like,
well, if you have an RV lot, you have an electric bill that comes to your lot. That's how a lot of them.
But you would just pay that. Most of those you just pay to the management.
All right, lot, you got less than 30 seconds, and here is your countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for October 12th, 2025. And folks, we're into it. All kinds of stuff going on. With me tonight, I've got the Doc, the Crypto Doc. What up?
What's going on?
All right, man. So we had a wild week this weekend. Folks, we're going to cover a lot of things. We're going to cover all kinds of different stories like we normally do. But I just want to kick off with this one because it's right up your alley, Doc. And it was a really big news event with the largest liquidation event in history of crypto just occurred this week. This is your area, so I'm going to hand you the mic and you tell us all about it.
Well, basically what happened is there has been a kind of a breakdown in the trade talks, or at least hinted at a breakdown in the trade talks between China and the United States. And Trump put out a truth post about it. And that ended up causing sort of a crash in the standard markets, but it also spilled over into the crypto markets. And it seems while that was going on, someone very carefully attacked a exchange called Binance and some of the internal collateral protocols they have for different derivatives. If you're not a financial person, that just means that they let you do one thing with it, and then they allow you to use it collateral, and then they give you so many dollars, and then you can use that to do other things with. It's very much like what people do at Wall Street, but at an individual level. And that attack caused a devastating crash in prices and liquidated pretty much every market maker and trader that had any leverage position out there. It hit everyone pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, let's see. We were talking about some of these numbers that. Okay, first of all, it opened at it hit an all-time high north of $126,000.
Correct.
And then very shortly thereafter, I mean, I'm seeing like a giant head and shoulders in the pattern, right? It goes down for some sessions, and then all of a sudden on October 12th or 11th, it just drops all the way to 105.
Yes.
But at the time of this writing, it has bounced back a considerable way. When this article that I'm quoting here from Zero Hedge was out, it was at 112, so it went back some, and again formed a classic head and shoulders formation. Just it's plain as day.
Yeah, no, it was very much the thing that was really interesting about what happened is for Bitcoin itself, it wasn't that big of a move historically speaking. The fact that it happened in one day on one candle was historic, but the move itself, a drop of that nature, 20%. On a pullback for Bitcoin really isn't that historic. It was all the other institutional leverage within the various other crypto projects that really caused the damage. There's a lot of protocols where you can stake your tokens, and then a exchange will give you a token representing that stake back, and they were using those tokens as collateral for loans to take out leverage, and it was basically just one big Ponzi scheme on top of a Ponzi scheme, and it all got liquidated at one shot, and that it's pretty impressive actually, the damage that was done and then the recovery, because almost every project that got hit came all the way back. We talked about Adam's Cosmos token going all the way down to a tenth of a penny, and now it's back up over $3. If you were able to snatch that, good on you, right? But it shows. I think this shows the immaturity yet that still exists within the crypto space. It's still very much a new economic space that has some lessons to learn that were already learned by financial markets many years ago.
A lot of these stocks, some of the big ones, APT, are you familiar with that one?
Aptos, yes.
It went from $5 down to 75 cents. Now, where is it now? Can you tell me that?
Let me check. I'm just going to pull up my thing here real quick.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Because what I'm getting at here is there were 1,000 of these hyperlink accounts, over 1,000 of them that went completely drained out to nothing, zero balance. You can't have a negative balance, I imagine, with them. It's probably very much like the currency markets, Forex. But if it goes down to a certain point, boom, you're done. You don't have a dime in your account. They close everything. Yep. And then it can rebound. It can go down one more tick and then rebound all the way back up to new highs, and you're still broke.
Yep. Aptos is back up to 386.
Okay, so it went down to 75 cents, from $5 to 75 cents, and then back up to 380. That's an insane return. I mean, you were talking about Atom at 1/10 of a cent. I mean, you put $100 into that, and watch it go back up to $3.25. You've just made a really good investment. If you did it with 50 grand, you're laughing. You're done working for the rest of your life. This is just a hobby for you now. You know.
Yep. Yeah. Pretty much. That's the thing. That's why people actually go out and take the risks with leverage, because leverage allows you to do that without such crazy opportunities. It allows you to 10x the amount of money that you use. And say you put $100 in, you use 10x leverage. Now you're playing with $1,000, and your margin of error is much smaller. But that's why people do it. But the market got overloaded with the leverage, and it got overloaded with bad collateral, and a bad actor came along, saw the opportunity, and took it.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me that the crypto markets have these these hard stops on your account that they don't go into the red. In other words, like a commodity futures account would. If you're trading the S&P 500 futures index, and your account goes negative, they're going to give you a margin call. You got to give up the money, and you can stay in the seat. But here it's just a hard stop. It's like the Forex. I can put in $100, take a 1,000-to-1 leverage on the yen, hit the right perfect second, and off I go. I'm just making money hand over fist, and I only risk that $100 or $1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can never lose anymore. Whereas if I did that on the foreign currency exchanges, like if I actually went to say the mercantile exchange back in the day, or the board of trade back in the day, and tried to get into a German Bund, or any other type of currency, no, not Bund, obviously it's a bond, the Deutschmark, and I went negative, then I've got to cough up the money. But they fixed that hole. It's impressive that they can do that, because it seems very risky for the exchange to be taking on that risk.
Well, the one thing I do have to say is that Binance, the one that was hit the hardest because they didn't have extra safety protocols in their data feeds. And by manipulating the data feeds, the price actually didn't drop on other markets. It dropped only on Binance, which then caused the liquidations, causing the actual drop on the other markets. And that's where I think this is a lesson to be learned for Binance, is that they need to do what some of the other exchanges do and have a throttle mechanism that if something like this is taking place, they can actually prevent the collapse of the price. But again, it's lessons that you have to learn when you're building something that is very similar to our traditional financial markets within the crypto space. That's what really blew up. Like if you were holding Bitcoin and just buying Bitcoin every day, this really didn't affect you whatsoever. It was a great discount for you. It's only these people that are out there trying to be these super traders and make 1,000x gains tomorrow, and they're the people that get destroyed and things like this. And unfortunately, I don't really feel bad for them. It's kind of the risk you take.
Well, yeah, I mean, it can work and work and work, and you get some good strategy that works and works and works, and then one day, bam. When it doesn't work, it's just devastating. You're like, oh,
it's
God.
True. It's very
what have
true.
I done?
That's why I do a little bit of both. I do a little bit of trading and I do a little bit of long-term holding, and try to be very careful. I try to be safe, because I don't want to get caught in these positions like these guys get, 100x exposure on their entire account, and you're just like, what are you doing? That's insane. That you're asking to be liquidated at that point.
Yeah, again, if you want to peel off $1,000, put it in a separate account and take that 1,001 leverage, then go for it. Knowing that if you lose it, you lose it, but you could make 20, 30, 40 times your money in literally a couple days.
Treat it like gambling, like it is, instead of an investment, because it's not an investment when you're doing that. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can convince yourself it is. You can run all the models and
Very easy to convince yourself that it is. Yes.
Sit down with AI for a week or two, and boy, you'll get it dialed in.
Oh yeah, you'll be 100% convinced. Yep.
AI will be like, yes, this is a winning strategy. I can't wait to see the results. When are we going to start?
Yep.
All the while, Elon's just taking the opposite side of every one of those trades.
And the market makers too. Yes, that's true. Yep. But that's why this. I think that's why cryptocurrency in general has two particular camps forming right now. It has the side that wants to separate itself from this nonsense, wants to separate itself from the traditional markets and build an economy that's based on sound money. And then there's the other side of it who wants to put the entire world's economy on the blockchain and do this 24/7. So it's two very interesting opposing views out there.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. It's just a, burgeoning market in its early days. And, it's kind of like when we were talking about Apple and, IBM and Microsoft back in the 90s.
Yes. Yeah, very much so. I think that's very much. I think we're very much in that realm with some of these companies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty amazing time to see. And anyway, let's get into the next wave of the news here. We've got this whole thing going down in Virginia with these elections. Have you seen some of this stuff, man? The polls are tanking. They're panicking out there. So
and now
Jay Jones.
This is the one that sent the text messages, right?
Correct. Jay Jones, running for district attorney for Virginia. And he sent out a bunch of texts that were saying basically, the head of the GOP there, I forget his name, they might change their mind if their children died in their arms to gun violence, right? And maybe they'd pick up it's the debate over guns, for crying out loud. And he's saying, yeah, I had two bullets, and you got like what, Hitler, Mao Zedong, Stalin, and the head of the Speaker of the House there in Virginia. Which one would you give them to? And he said, I would give two of them to the Speaker. So, things along those lines. And he has walked them back and apologized. And now everyone's saying, oh, his apology was so profound. We got to let him go, man. He apologized. But it's in your heart, dude. And you want to be the district attorney.
It's terrifying.
Terrifying. Yeah. He hates MAGA. Hates them with a passion, with anger and pain in his blood. And he wants to, be in charge of the Department of Justice for the state of Virginia. So Winston Sears, they had a debate the other night, and I wish you guys could see. I'm going to play a commercial she made. Okay. And Abigail, she's just standing there the whole time, looking straight forward, not answering. Or she just ignores this, like it's going to go away if she just ignores it. And so listen and just understand the background is that's just Abigail Spanberger staring off into space the whole time with a look of kind of horror that she is even being asked this stuff. And oh my God, I wish this would go away and we get back to, the tax rate on bread or whatever.
Would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say? Abigail.
That's a smug look.
What if he said it about your three children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail?
Clenched lip.
You're running to be governor, Miss Earl Sears. I mean, we're talking about murder. We're talking about someone's life being taken from them. Have you nothing to say about that?
Now she's writing notes and just looking down. You're not going to
address it.
Totally ignoring the question.
Really, you can't go any further. You're a governor. You're supposed to stand up for all the people. Are you saying political murder is all right? Have some political courage. What you have done is you are taking political calculations about your future as governor. Well, as governor, you have to make hard choices. And that means telling Jay Jones to leave the race.
Wow. Imagine that playing in every house, across the state 100 times in the next, 3 weeks.
Yeah, I hope it works. I hope these. I'm concerned about where the headspace is a lot of Democrats that are in power. Mm-hmm. I'm very concerned that this is a widespread phenomenon, that behind the scenes, many of them are very much celebrating the deaths and the violence against MAGA and others. And I don't know, man. I hope it gets exposed and works, and that this continues, and we continue to push these people out of power. Because if not, the retribution that they're going to feel justified in bringing upon us is going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, and it's already started. You know, was it Matt Walsh this week who said he got a very serious death threat? They arrested someone over it.
Yeah,
on him and his family.
Benny Johnson
or Benny Johnson.
Benny Johnson,
You're right, Benny Johnson. Yeah, that is a serious thing for you and your family. You know,
yeah.
It was mailed to his home address.
And it's not the first time he's been targeted either.
Oh, Tim Pool, man, he's got a secret lab under a nondescript building in a humble West Virginia town where he does his podcast because he can't do it from his house. That location got out. Heck, I found it. It wasn't hard. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing that is a very constant. I don't know if Cenk Uygur is running around feeling like looking over his shoulder everywhere with security. Anna Kasparian, does she fear for her life?
I don't know if they do or not. I don't think they do from someone on the right. Maybe from their own. Maybe from someone from the left they have a little bit of concern about. But nothing like what people on the right, and even people who aren't necessarily on the right, people who are what would be called centrists 10 years ago, they're having to concern themselves with this type of political violence. And I think we're going to see more of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's everywhere. How many times do they call you a fascist before, you think, is it okay to kill a fascist? I mean, he is a fascist, right?
Yeah. I mean, and that it works on, they wouldn't use that means of repetition like that if it didn't work on people.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. It's a frightening place to be in, where the media, a lot of social media, X is like new. You know what I mean? It's not like it was before Elon, right? Before Elon, it was just it was garbage, hardly worth the time. Facebook, same thing. I mean, it's for talking. Where you gonna get a hold of grandma? There you go. Go to Facebook.
Right.
But all these companies share the same sorts of. I mean, heck, TikTok is out of China. It's run by China, so of course they're going to do everything they can to shut down anyone who speaks out against any sort of a lack of freedom. It goes on and on, all the way through our society, the schools, the colleges, the media. Yeah. It's all sending out the same message that America is bad, and it's a country that has committed many, many crimes against humanity, and it's really done nothing good. Yeah. There's nothing good you can look at in America and say, hey, as another country, we should maybe take that away. When we've got the Constitution, the United States Constitution is the most brilliant piece of law ever made. And if every country in the world picked it up tomorrow, the world would be a million times better place. Well, maybe not every country.
Well, I think ultimately, though, we're looking at a something that has been festering within our society at a low grade level for a very long time. We had a spurt and a large swath of it during the 60s and 70s, but it goes back farther. We had the anarchists, the left anarchists who attacked the government in the 1920s. There are lots of situations where these particular types have popped up, but I think this is the first time in modern society where they have taken control of so many of the cultural fronts. I mean, they have total control over the movie sphere. I mean, look at this new movie that just came out, this pro-Antifa movie that just came out with Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I haven't heard about that at all. Wow. Pro-Antifa with DiCaprio. Oh, Lord.
Pro-revolutionary. I shouldn't
okay.
say. They don't use the term Antifa, but it's essentially the movie's about them attacking ICE facilities to free immigrants. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much on the nose.
Right. I mean, it's a hammer right on the head of the nail. I mean, they're outright saying it at this point.
They're releasing a DiCaprio movie at this time about smashing up ICE facilities. I cannot believe that. I have not. I'm shocked. I haven't seen this an article on this story yet, or that movie yet. I think I have. I just ignored it because who cares?
Yeah, that's kind of the right kind of has left Hollywood to do their own crazy thing, and Hollywood is taking them up on the offer because they're just not stopping.
But to release a movie like that, to inspire and encourage people to go out and be like Leo DiCaprio, at this time, is ridiculous. With this, I mean, it is almost a call to action. It's almost as much as saying, go kill that guy.
I
right?
would 100% say it is. I would call it a call to action. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't. It's art, quote unquote, and so nothing will be done about it. And we have no. I mean, of course, the best part about it is it tanked in the theater, so nobody's actually going to see it. But
thank the Lord.
It's just the fact that they have the cojones to put that out there in the situation that we're in is. It tells me that we're nowhere near the end of the political violence that the left wants to enact.
And you say that, and a lot of people out there are like, "What do you mean they want to?" I'm on the left. I don't want to enact violence. But there are people out there calling for it. You got Maxine Waters. Heck, you got Joe Biden with the whole, Independence Hall speech he gave with the red background, the most spooky thing I've ever seen any world leader do. Really. And one of the most vile speeches I've ever heard any world leader give. Talking about the MAGA Republicans and how they're a threat to democracy and fascists and racists and you name it. And, if you really believe that about your opponents, then you're going to go do something about it eventually. Somebody out there is going to go do something about it. And it's Hillary Clinton with her, basket of deplorables. And it goes on and on and on. So many people on the left have been calling for this type of violence for a long, long time. And now that Trump is back in office and they've lost the House and they've lost the Senate and they've lost the Supreme Court and they're not that popular anymore, they're starting to do crazy things. Like shutting down the government, for crying out loud. What are we doing? Shutting down the government at this point. It's pure carnage. They're just trying to make it as hard as possible. Obama deported, 3 million people? Nobody said a word. When Trump came into town, they took Obama's photos of the kids in cages and said Trump did it.
Yeah.
We got a minute left.
Go ahead. I was just going to say Antifa out here, after all the nonsense getting called domestic terrorists, they put out a call to action to have a laser party where they shoot lasers at the helicopters over the ICE facility here in Portland. And medical helicopters have had to be diverted because of it. Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
Just a nice bunch of fellas. Just a nice, just boy, how nice. When we come back, I've got a clip to play about Antifa, and we'll get more into what's going on with that. Now, them now being designated as a foreign terrorist organization as well as an international. As well as a domestic threat. Yada, yada, yada. Folks, we got to take a break. I'll be right back after this.
All right, we are on radio break. I keep hearing this like
blah, 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 blah.
That's me opening the door for the dog. Come on.
Okay. And,
come on, in or out.
Yeah. What was this Antifa roundtable thing? Did you guys see anything about that?
Oh, with the president? Yeah. I saw some people speak at that.
Yeah, there was a couple good, couple bad speakers, but I mean, I think Trump got the message that they're a violent terrorist organization and need to be tackled as such. But it was Andy No, Jack Posobiec, Katie Davenport.
I thought it was like
Nick Sorter.
I saw Nick Shirley.
I thought it was kind of some sort of meeting like they have over in Israel with PLO and all the other things. I'm like, okay, well,
No,
I can't
Antifa's still
imagine
denying
them,
that they're even an
coming to the
organization.
White House
So.
for that, where they're just going to be arrested right away.
No, the most identifiable leadership of Antifa has fled the country already. They went to Spain and to Sweden, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who wrote the book, who was a professor at Rutgers or something, like a week ago.
Yeah. He's been a professor in the school system for a long time. That's a lot of these people are. A lot of these people that are these radical left-wing communist types. A lot of them come right out of the universities. The universities have been infiltrated with communism for a very long time.
It's wild, isn't it? We've been fighting this stuff for 100 years, whatever. I mean, it's literally been in this country forever.
Yeah.
Since the Bolsheviks,
It's always trying to find a way to get that power.
Well, and you can't ever do away with people's jealousy and greed and envy, and so you always have someone who is willing to fall in love with this ideology that it's essentially an ideology of envy. You have more than me, so I need to take it and give it to everyone like me.
Mm-hmm.
Can't imagine what it's like being in college as a conservative or a libertarian nowadays. It was not that great when I was in college my last time around, but it wasn't like I had to worry about being flunked because I had the wrong political opinion. I can imagine now that it's not great.
Yeah, and thank God the kids that I do have in college right now are doing it online so that they can pretty much keep whatever they think to themselves if they keep their mouths shut.
Yeah.
So
basically, that's I don't think that's education, in my opinion. Though
No,
when you have to worry, when you can't challenge and be challenged back and have open dialogue, I don't think that's learning anymore. That just doesn't seem like college to me. It's so weird.
No.
I disagree with lots of professors, but I never felt like that gave me a worse grade. And in some classes, it gave me a better grade because I had a philosophy degree. So,
well,
depends on the professor for me. Some could take it and some couldn't.
That's for sure.
The teachers that I had, that I really liked, were the ones that wanted you to engage them. Prove me wrong, or show me.
Yeah.
Because well, I know the history of this. They do, but how much research? They wanted to know how much research you did. We got 30 seconds, and we'll be back on air.
God.
All right.
That didn't work with law, though.
Yeah.
Business law was not cool with that at all. No. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition, October 12th, 2025. With me, I've got the Doc in the house. What's up, Doc?
Not too much. At least crypto prices are back up. That's nice.
There you go. Before we get too into it, where can people find you online?
Always on the X as well as Rumble, and my favorite platform, of course, Minds.com at Doctor420. That's Doctor with an E.
Mm-hmm. And you do a live podcast on Wednesdays often?
It's not live, but I do a podcast on Wednesdays, and I do a crypto show every Saturday.
Okay, and the show is live.
No, I don't do them. I record them and then I upload them. But you're the only live show I do.
All right, my bad.
That's okay.
I've done so much podcasting live that I don't know. I look at it as sort of the default. Heck, Mark. Yeah, I mean, gosh, before I even met Mark, I was doing the stuff with Josh Hu for forever. That was fun.
Yeah.
But anyway. let's get into some news here. Now, you're in Portland. You're familiar with this Antifa? What is it? How's it pronounced? I've never heard of this before. It doesn't exist. It's some
Antifa, I
idea.
think it is.
It's,
Antifa?
yeah, it's supposed to be an idea.
Yeah, or something.
Tom Elliott put this together, this super clip here, Grabian.
No Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization. There is not an Antifa. Like, I don't even know what Antifa is. There is no group.
It's not even like far-right groups like the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers. Compared to right-wing extremists, Antifa-linked violence is rare and limited.
It isn't an organization. It is a in many ways mythology.
It's not like the Proud Boys or the Oath Keepers, sort of defined terror.
Okay. The Proud Boys. I don't know. You want to take this or should I?
Well, the Proud Boys were actually just a bunch of drinking buddies that got roped into a bunch of craziness. But go ahead.
Well, their whole thing was to go out to, let's say you're going to do a Christian rally in Portland, okay? And there might be a bunch of Donald Trump shirts or whatever there, and Antifa is definitely 100% going to come and start trouble. So they set up as a defensive line to stand in the way of Antifa and prevent them from hurting the actual people that are there to pray.
Correct. Correct.
Which is the way I've always understood it. Antifa started popping up, and then they came out and said, enough, let's do something about it. And then they got branded like you just heard.
Yeah, basically. That's the long and the short of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're saying, Proud Boys are really bad. Antifa is nothing. They're just kittens. But if there wasn't Antifa, there would have never been a Proud Boys, is what I'm getting at here, right? So Anyway, let's play some more of this because it goes on.
Terrorist organizations with leadership that leads violence. It's not a highly organized movement. It's a moniker. It's not a unified group like the Proud Boys are.
Things like Antifa are things that are thought up. It's all in this guise of going after Antifa, which is nothing. There's no organization called Antifa. Nobody's a member of Antifa because it doesn't exist. They are just declaring into existence something that doesn't exist. There is no Antifa organization, so maybe that's good for social media, but it really is not.
You get the point. There's like one or two more. You get the point.
You know who else is
the same talking points?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's just the same talking points. These are all in the last few days. Every one of those, it was just in the last couple of days.
Yeah. It's the same talking point could be used for, I don't know, ISIS or any of these other groups as well, right? I mean, isn't Nazism just an idea? Didn't people rally around an idea and organize around an idea? I mean,
sure.
That's what that's it. They're playing word games like the media does. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
The KKK. It's a lot like the KKK in many ways.
Yeah. I would say a blend
th-
somewhere between like what ISIS does in their cell structure and the KKK. Very much, it's like a blend between the two. They're very decentralized, but there absolutely is a hierarchy and a structure.
Yeah, and they've got their outfits. They cover their faces. No one's going to see who they are. They get to work under the shadow of darkness and rain terror on people, more or less, which you can't convince me they're not doing. That seems to me what, they've been doing for years now. For years.
Yeah. I think the first time I actually remember anything about these black blocs was the battle in Seattle during the back in the late 90s. I think it was 99, was that? That's the first time I'd ever heard of them. But they've been around here on the West Coast for a very long time.
Yeah, I've been watching them. I used to, hear about these rallies where all this violence was going down. So I'd watch some of the live streams, and you could just see it play out. It was actually good theater. It was quite entertaining. But you just watched it unfold, and you see who's doing what, right? It's very unsettling. Anyway, Mark Bray. Let's see, a financier of transnational Antifa operations and Antifa's foremost thought leader in America, announced he's fleeing to Europe, settling in Spain. And he's the author of the Antifa Handbook, I think it's called.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, and he gives, I don't know, 20% of all his sales, something in that range, to Antifa. So I want to know who is cutting that check. Like, what's the name on the check? Who's cashing that puppy?
Right? Yeah. What bank account's it going into? Then who's dispersing it to what organizations?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are
We
all.
just had a.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, dude. Please go ahead.
I was just going to say, you can follow all that money. You worked in that
Mhm.
industry. You know that all of those financial companies have to form some kind of paperwork trail that's there. So I mean, it's got to be there to find.
Yeah. Let's see. Seamus Bruner reveals left-wing fundraisers such as Roy Singham behind Antifa riots. So this was at a testimony the other day, according to Breitbart. I'm sorry. No, this was during the roundtable event. He followed a trail of money, followed what they called the Protest Industrial Complex, or Riot Incorporated, right? Riot Incorporated. These people were getting, it's a network of NGOs, not just the Soros Network, the Open Society Network, it's other funding networks, the Arabella Funding Network, the Tides Funding Network, Neville Roy Singham and his network of foreign cash, Bruner explained. And it's also big left-wing funders. Some of them are not citizens of this country. They're pouring money into the entire ecosystem, and up to 100 million of it has come from the U.S. government.
Yep.
So we got that going for us, folks.
Funding our own destruction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you've ever been attacked by them, and your money, you could just say all of that went to them to make that happen against you. And who paid for it? The U.S. government. And who put it in place? Look to Congress, look to Senate, look to all these NGOs that are getting money that we don't know what they're doing with it. And that's why it's.
Yeah. It's pretty deep, actually. Here in Portland, they're connected to all of the NGOs that do the homeless outreach. That's where they get all their money, through the homeless outreach. So any money that's
Sorry,
going,
I dropped off for a second there. I don't know where I left off, but go ahead if you were speaking.
I was just saying that out there in Portland, the NGOs that do all the homeless outreach. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us, John?
Hello?
Hello?
We can hear you, but you can't hear us.
Uh-oh.
Keep going, Doc. I'll get him going.
Yeah, no problem. Anyway, like I was saying, folks, the Portland situation, we have these homeless encampments, 30,000 homeless in the area, and they have billions of dollars going into these NGOs, and these NGOs then hire and fund Antifa networks, and those Antifa networks use those funds to prop up things like that have been going on for the last 120 days, which is the protest that you see in front of the ICE facilities. Your tax dollars most likely paid for all those inflatable outfits those weirdos have been wearing the last 3 or 4 days to make it sound or look like they're having a nice fun time instead of rioting and causing hate and discontent. But anyway, welcome back there, John. Had a little drop off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I looked at my Starlink data and it dropped for like 1 second, but then I couldn't get back in. Normally I just walk right back in, and it didn't work that way this time. But anyway, I'm back in very good time because we got to go to break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we'll be right back.
No. We already took our break. Remember?
On Sunday night, we already took our break. Oh, yeah, we did. I'm sorry. We normally take it at the 40-minute mark.
Yeah,
My
okay,
bad.
yeah.
My bad.
You got to go till
okay.
the 5 till mark for your next break.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I screwed up our Sunday night break rotation. Sorry about that, folks. I was a little frazzled coming back from the loss of connection, but we were talking about Antifa. Where were we, Doc?
Well, I just let all the folks know about, kind of how the NGO system works here in Portland, how Antifa gets the money. That's basically through the funneling it through to homeless NGOs, but it's many different NGOs all over the country. There's lots of different entities that fund all kinds of different things. I'm sure Antifa is involved with the library stuff where they were sending the strippers and the transvestites, whatever you want to call them, to to read to kids in the libraries. I'm sure they were getting money off of that. They kind of skim the money off the top of the NGOs as it passes through. It's some of it even goes through places like the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a big researcher for Antifa. That's where Antifa gets access to all their doxing material. When they look up people's information, they go through the Southern Poverty Law Center because they're very heavily influenced by the Antifa movement. Almost hand in glove, really.
Yeah. Oh man, they've been at the center of defaming so many people through the years that the sooner, and I noticed that Kash Patel cut ties with them completely recently, and I would welcome every branch of the government to do the same thing and just say, no more. You're garbage. We see through your absolute garbage. If you love America and to the left of Stalin, I'm sorry, to the right of Stalin, then you're Hitler. There's just no in between for these people. There's just no in between for so many people out there. And I get it, man. I get it that there are a lot of good Democrats out there. That a lot of people that just go to work every day, come home, don't follow it in the way that we do, and don't see the stories we see, and don't understand sort of the complexities of where this is all heading. With Agenda 2030 and the World Economic Forum. I mean, how many average people, voters, go read the World Economic Forum or any part of it?
Yeah.
It's
well, they hide in plain sight. They dump all their information out there. There's so much information out there, so much you have to know as an adult, adulting in this world, that it's hard to stay up with it all.
Yeah.
So I don't really blame them.
It is. It's hard to stay up with it all. So let's get into a couple of fun stories I have here. Oh, dude. So this is a crazy story. Florida man at it again, right? This dude, I think his name is Justin Farley, if I'm reading this correctly. He's awaiting trial on state charges. I'll just read this from Twitchy. Commercial burglary and grand theft for his less than well thought out convenience store crime spree has now been indicted by a federal grand jury in Tampa Bay. Any convictions will add on extensive rap sheet for the nitwit ne'er-do-well, his latest comedy of errors. What he did is he went in and robbed a convenience store. Okay? Takes a bunch of scratch-offs, like $7,000 worth of them. Okay, then takes them home, scratches off all the winners, because obviously in $7,000 worth of tickets, you're going to have a bunch of winners in there. And then he went to another 7-Eleven nearby in his car. Mind you, he's in his car the whole time, going to all these places. He goes to another 7-Eleven, different store, and they won't give him money for him. So he then goes home and changes his shirt to disguise himself and goes back to the convenience store he robbed like 3 hours ago to try to cash him in there.
Oh,
and
man.
The thing about lottery tickets is they're inactive until they're scanned, right?
Yep.
So the minute he stole lottery, they were worth nothing from the minute he left the store with them. There wasn't one that was ever going to pay out in a million years because none of them were active. And so, again, with the changes his shirt and goes back to the same store where he just robbed the same woman and says, "Hey, can I cash these in?"
Oh, that one's going to make the Darwin Awards.
They're not sending their best out there. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. That story got me. I was like, wow. There's really some dumb people out there, and they're willing to do some violent things.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the world that we live in nowadays. I mean, I don't know if it probably was just as dangerous in other times throughout American history for certain groups of people, certain places, but it just seems like there hasn't been this divided of a society in quite a long time, since at least the 60s.
Yeah.
And when you add into it the stupidity, it doesn't help things.
Yeah, I don't know, man. In the 60s, I think of like Meathead, with All in the Family.
Yeah.
And I guess, there was that big old divide, wasn't there, between Archie and Meathead?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think it was as deep. Maybe I'm wrong. it just didn't
Yeah.
seem as deep. There still seemed to be somewhat a majority unified culture. But now it seems like we've split into two distinct cultures. One side is, multicultural democracy, and the other side is a democratic republic in the form of a traditional America. And one wants to look like Canada, and the other one wants to look more like America used to. And that's a pretty wide divide.
Yeah, and I mean, you say America used to. I mean, I just think of like in the 80s, it was so much easier to do so many things. Like money just was so much easier to get back then.
Even with interest rates that high, yeah. It was just easier to do things. Yeah.
And we could fill up the car for like, like $5, $8 and drive across the state,
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, well, no, it'd be probably, I think I'd pay back then maybe, 75 cents a gallon, 12-gallon tank. Yeah, it's $8. Something in that neighborhood,
And that impact, people who didn't experience it can't understand the impact of the cost of living today on everything, including that divide.
Yeah, I mean, it was like literally like if four of us got in the car together, we'd all throw in $2, maybe $3 for gas, more like $2. And, another $2 on the way home, and you just drove, 200, 300 miles with your buddies.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It seemed like a lot easier versus, the $4, $5. Gosh, go to California, $6, $7 gas. It's like, ooh, you can have it, man, cheaper. I know you got nice beaches and tons of beautiful women, but you've just governed horribly, California. What are you doing? Wake up and get with it.
Yeah, California could be so much more wealthy and better off than it is.
Oh.
And it's still one of the most wealthy states. It's crazy. It could be so good. And they just choose to be complete communists. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, all the boom that's happened in Texas and Arizona. I mean, how much of it in Nevada? You can point right to California and say, thank you very much. You can go, California, Los Angeles and Las Vegas are not very far from each other, a few hour drive, 45-minute flight. And you got no income tax in Nevada at all. Nothing.
Yep. Texas and Florida doing the same thing.
Yep.
No
and so New York,
tax.
man.
Yep.
I mean, heck, people are used to that flight from New York to Florida. If you're a New Yorker, you've done that flight once a year for your entire life, right? Yeah. So easy peasy. Just scoot down there for the sunny weather and stay for the tax breaks.
Yeah, I mean, can you blame them? I mean, look at New York and California as far as their economic policies. California has it has Gavin and Bass and all them just completely insane people, and then you have New York is going to elect Mondani. So I mean, they're not doing themselves any favors. Anybody with any money should be running away from New York as fast as they can.
Well, if you're in real estate in New York, you have to look at Donald Trump and say, okay, they went after him for saying one of his skyscrapers, one of his buildings was worth a little bit more than maybe what it was in their opinion,
Yeah.
And he gave that to a bank, which knows what they're doing, a very sophisticated entity. Bank of America, was it? One of the most sophisticated, institutions in the country as far as what the value of real estate in New York City is, right? And they went after Donald Trump for that and fined him, what, $500 million?
Yeah.
Right? It's unreal. If you're a real estate developer in New York, you can't look at that and say, this is an environment I want to put up a lot of money and be heavily invested into. When you're getting older anyway, and Miami's just down the coast, and they got plenty of opportunities for real estate down there. Granted, it'll all be under 10 feet of water in another 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I think, though, there will be some people when the prices get low enough in New York City that will go in to swoop it up, and then they'll bribe a bunch of judges and move things along and get rid of a guy like Mondani and bring in a guy like Giuliani, and they'll make some money on the deal. But that's 10 or 15 years away. That's after Mondani runs it into the toilet and destroys it completely.
Yeah.
But until that happens, the risk reward is just not there. Like you're saying, there's so many greener opportunities in other places.
Yep, I agree. And New York is honestly, Manhattan is one of the coolest places I've ever seen. It really is cool. It's the biggest big city I've ever. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in LA, and it doesn't hold a candle to New York. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. As far as being a city, as far as having the better beaches, yeah, better weather. My Lord, it's not even the same category. But LA is just a giant suburb.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
it really
much
is.
one sprawling suburb. Yeah,
It really is like the biggest suburb you can imagine in your entire life, right? Covering entire valleys, heading
just
all the
goes
way
on
pretty much down
forever.
to the Mexico border. Yeah, I mean, really,
Yeah.
there's not much that isn't developed between LA and Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
so
do prefer the East Coast cities myself. I do.
the
as far
cities,
as
yeah,
cities go. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, the West Coast is where it's at. Once you move to the West Coast, you never go back.
Yeah, I have no
That's-
interest. I had crossed the Mississippi once. I went back one time, and I was like, nope, I'm going back. I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone back for a few times here and there, but never, ever has it crossed my mind to move back to the Midwest. Like, it hasn't ever. Like, you couldn't pay me to.
Yeah, I feel the same way about the East Coast myself. It's just too many people for me personally. There's people everywhere, and I like being able to get out into real nature, not have to worry about that.
Yeah, being secluded, being out in real nature, man. I could walk for days before I crossed the road.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Arizona has some prime spot down there. So does New Mexico.
Yeah. And I love that, man. It's a beautiful thing about the state. Arizona's really it's got a wonderful mix of like the north and south.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, the north is just perfect in the summer and the south is perfect in the winter. It's, if you live in one area and have a house in the other area, and you can kind of split your time, it's a 3-hour drive and bam, you're in another world,
Yep. Very true. Very true.
And there's places where it's not even a 3-hour drive. It's, 2 hours, hour and a half, and bam, you're just like in another world. But yeah, man, it's looking good. We got a lot of stuff going on out in the world, and I'm digging covered. We haven't even talked about a bunch of stories. So let's ask you one more time where we can find you online, Doc.
Yeah, absolutely. I am, of course, on the X, Rumble, as well as my favorite platform, minds.com, and that's at Doctor420. That's Doctor with an E. And you can find me there Wednesdays and Saturdays. I do a show Saturdays for crypto, Wednesdays for my little podcast. I talk with my buddy, Joker.
And when you say Doctor with an E, it's not DOCTER. It's DOCTORE. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true.
It's not Doctor.
No, it's Doctor.
Anyway.
But yes, continue.
I digress. But as for me, folks, I'm on minds.com as well. You can find me at minds.com/censorshipsucks. And if you want any of the sources that I speak about on the show, you can find all my sources in my timeline on Minds at any time. Just go on over there, check out my feed, and look up. A lot of times I'm reading from stuff, quoting from those articles. So if you want the sources, there they are. Everything is always 100% sourced on this show. But on that note, we've got to go to break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we'll be right back after this.
All right, we're on radio break. We got a couple minutes, then we'll bring in Willie.
There was an awkward moment there when I realized we had about a minute and a half left, so I didn't want to dive into anything else. So I just was trying to draw out
Are you
that
guys
last
going to
90
talk
seconds.
over Willie tonight? That'd be great.
I will.
He'll get mad
only
if
it
I do
irritates
it.
him.
I don't know why.
Only
He
if it
just gets really pissy with me. Have you noticed?
Yes,
Like,
it is funny.
oh my God! I was like, "Come on, Willie!" It's like, isn't that poor? I got to set the record straight. You can't be calling it Drake and Gus Productions, all right? Don't be interrupting the show. I'm like, I'm the producer for crying out loud.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, Willie.
Oh, I put a new song in tonight.
Yeah.
For you on the midway break. Yeah. The Damned. Wait for the Blackout. That's a goodie. Oldie but goodie. I'm sure when you hear it, you'll get like some nostalgia going.
Yeah. Play a clip.
Yeah. We did lose Rumble. I don't know why. You know, I'm having a little bit of issues with the connection over on BitChute, but we're steaming on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere
Are we
else
gonna
is going
switch?
good.
Are we gonna switch rooms before Willie comes in or after?
Yeah, I'm gonna close
refresh,
out,
probably.
and we're probably gonna keep the same room. I will try to change it, but you know, hey, it is what it is. That's how we do it. All right, you guys. I'll see you in a few. All right. I'm closing out. All right, setting up for hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Coming up should be our boy Willie. Look out, cats, dogs, kids, crumb beggars, and crusty folks of all sorts. He'll sell you pea jugs, and you won't even know about it. Don't ever buy his bits of coin. Willie Lee. Where's that Doc 69 at? There we go. Hey, Willie.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing, bud?
Oh, man, how we hanging in there? Where's everybody at?
I'm trying to get him up right now. We might have to take and go back over to the room 1.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Everybody's in the room right now. Just for you there, bud.
Hey,
Breaker. How's everything doing
Doc
over there
69,
in Waldo
John
Land?
Dog. No, Aunt Mama Lou done died or something.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No.
I don't
That
know
means
what
I'm not
happened.
getting my cockroaches?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Aunt Mama Lou.
No cockroach milk
Nope.
for you tonight, buddy.
And Willie, they had that naked bike ride in Portland. Did you make it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
What did you place?
I placed 44th and a half place. I
Half?
would have first place, but I had a bike wreck and my pecker got caught in the spokes.
I knew that was
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Gotta watch out. That's the one thing you gotta watch out for, the naked bike ride. Anything dangling. Gotta watch out.
Exactly.
You get the exactlies too?
Oh, Willie.
No, just yeah, the hangers. Yeah, they got caught up too. We'll go with that. my danglies got caught up in the spokes.
Oh, you're gonna sing
my
it.
danglies and my what?
I can
My
just hear you
danglies and my
singing.
whatnots.
When you was a little bitty boy, your grandmama bought you a cute little toy. Silver bells hanging from a string. She told you it was your ding-a-ling-a-ling. Everybody, come on now. You all know the words.
We used to play that at the place where we played pool when I was a kid. We'd put that on the jukebox and sing it because it would annoy people. It
Yeah.
was really fun.
Well, I think that one's a lot better than does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight?
That does not sound like a good song. I don't think that doesn't sound like it would be very good.
It was very popular at one time, along with the Martian Hop.
Well, there is no accounting for taste.
Yeah, Willie sings too from time to time.
One-horn flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horn
That's a
flying
classic.
purple people eater.
And he sure looked
That's a
good to
classic.
me. I think for the week of Halloween, when we do that's going to be the last week of October, I'll put in Wooly Bully in it, the Joan Jett version. That'll get us out there. Wooly Bully. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, she did a very good version of it too.
Here's what I want to know. Doc 69, why do you call yourself Doc 69?
That was my high school football number, actually.
See, here I was thinking you was from 69, South Carolina. There's a town here in South Carolina called 69. It's right down the road from where I'm at.
No, I'm from Blue Balls.
Blue Balls.
It's right down the road from Paradise. You take a right
Yeah.
instead of a left.
Yeah.
Oh,
Down by
man.
Golden Showers.
If you went from Paradise and you end up in Blue Balls, you made the wrong turn.
Oh, many such cases. Many such cases. I was just looking at a video of the Portland bike ride, and it was in the rain. I'm looking for Will's
nice.
picture right
At least they got a shower.
So
Yeah. First
when
time
they hit
they've had one in a while.
when they hit a pothole, did they yell "Glory Hole"?
Glory hole.
Like they do at
They
Willie's
do naked
farm?
bike
Come on
race.
now.
My danglies
Portlanders
and
don't do
whatnot
anything
got
to
wet.
be weird, man. They're so strange. They're such weird people.
Where? Not on our shows.
No, never. No, Portlanders, man. They're just weird people.
Oh man, hey, y'all been watching them outside the ice facility and the frog outfits and the Pikachu outfits and going back and forth across the road blocking traffic?
Yep.
See the guy with
Yeah,
the mace, he shot the hole?
It's
You guys
3
shoot the hole
o'clock
with
in the
mace?
morning. Like they ain't got nothing better to do.
Well, half of them are being paid to be there by Antifa pays homeless people to go out there and protest all night long.
And Soros pays Antifa.
Exactly.
And we pay Soros.
Yep. It's just a waterfall of fake money coming from somewhere, kind of shadowy. It's
For
terrible.
fake protest, man. $100 million. That's insane.
Well, I
All
mean,
right,
they-
you guys
they
got
did those-
30 seconds till we come back with Willie.
They had those big crowds for Kamala. Those weren't cheap, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably keep those people.
All right, here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you are live and back on the radio side for hour 2 right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition. We're hanging out tonight with Doc. How you doing, Doc?
Doing well, doing well.
And we're going to get into all kinds of serious news right after this. Willie, how are you tonight?
Yeah. Hi. How y'all doing tonight? Come on.
Doing great,
Doing
man.
well.
It's good to hear from you. I always look forward to hearing from you on a Sunday night and just see what's going on in your crazy mixed up world.
Yeah, hey man. Hey, I went over to Portland. y'all probably know or don't know or forgot you knew or whatever. But hey, I went over to Portland. I was in a naked bike ride, man. Hey, it rained on us. And all my danglies and whatnots got wet. Look, I'd have won that race too, but I come in like 44th place because I had a wreck. I had a pothole. It reminded me of that commercial because I'm a pothole. I said, "Oh God, man, I trying to get folks to help me up. They wouldn't touch me."
Was that a race though? I don't think it was a race, Willie.
Yeah, I was racing, man. I was hurrying up. I went to get down to the coffee shop, man. Hey, but they got a frog crew. I ain't gonna lie, I seen them. They got frogs all over Portland, man. Hey, they got this one ice facility. I seen it, man, with my own two eyes. Hey, they got people dressed up like frogs and Pikachus and all kind of stuff. And they weeble. They look like weeble wobbles, man, flopping in the wind. You watching them, man? They got this crosswalk right there, and they walking back and forth and hither and yon and blocking traffic. Hey, they being dweebs. Hey, that's the word, man. Hey, that's what the Gen X people used to call them. They called them dweebs. Near do wells.
We probably would have hit them with our car too. Just saying.
Yeah, I ain't no joke, man. But hey, the cars can't hit them though because they in the crosswalk. See, that's what
right.
they got
You
figured
thought
out.
it was a frog. I just thought it was a frog.
Yeah, you could get by with that, man. I'm telling you. Hey, look at that. Hey, for all y'all out there,
Like real life
Radioland.
frogger.
Yeah, hold on, man. Hey, y'all remember
Hey, come on now. You can't hit the frogs because the PETA will come after you. All right? Stop that. Don't hit frogs.
Hey,
That's a good point, Mark. That's a very good point.
Hi. I want to refer y'all as per Saul Good. As per Saul Good, I want to refer y'all to line 33. No interrupting Willie. Willie only got 20 minutes, man. Hey, I got folks out there wants to hear what I got to say, man. I get emails all the time, and the people they say, "Hey, Willie," and they Willie this and Willie that, and they want to buy stuff from me too, man. Hey, I make a lot of money online. I ain't gonna lie, I make a lot of money online, man. Hey, everybody out there don't know, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man. Hey, I sell worm hot dogs and pea jugs too. Hey, I got some other stuff I sell too, but I ain't gonna. Hey, look at him. I don't know who needs to hear this.
I'm still waiting on my cockroaches.
Yeah, no, hey, that's something else. Hey, that's what I want to tell you, man. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou. Hey, look at here. Aunt Mama Lou had a load of cockroach juice that she was bringing up from Venezuela, and her boat got blowed up, man. Hey, it got blowed up, and I ain't heard from Aunt Mama Lou since, man. And that whole load of cockroach, hey, y'all study it, man. Y'all Googleize it. Cockroach milk. It might sound nasty, but it is nutritious, and it's good for you, man.
Nasty.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. No, hey, y'all need to Google it, man. Hey, I'll tell y'all something else too. Yeah, no, hey, no, it's good for you, man. Hey, but
no,
you get me. Yeah,
I ain't interrupting you, and I ain't interrupting you. I'm just talking to you. It's a round table radio show. Okay, you know what that means? Look it up.
Yeah, hey, but this is the Willie part. No, hey, listen, I got stuff I want to tell y'all, man. Look at here. Y'all done burned up. I got 15. I got 10 minutes. Hey, look at him. I got ideas, man. I got stuff. Hey, the next Olympics. Hey, it's one. That'll crack me up. Look at him. Hey, there's this woman. She emailed me. She said I was a misogynist, and I told her I wasn't no misogynist, but I could go to school to learn how to massage folks, man. Hey, and that's a good idea too, man. I can open up my own massage because I'm a certified certifier, man. I can open up my own massage.
Your worm juice would work good as a rub.
I could be a misogynist, man. But,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, look at him, man. Hey, I come up with the idea of these Olympics, man. Hey, and these are women Olympics. Hey, the women, dishwashing. They can have dishwashing contests. I ain't gonna lie,
Come on,
man.
Willie.
No, hey.
Come on, man.
What about bread eating?
Yeah, no, hey, I'm getting there, man. Hey, I come up with toilet cleaning.
That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
toilet clean. Hey, sandwich making. Hey, women. Hey, they can make sandwiches and see what countries
All
women
right, Willie.
can make the
Look,
quickest sandwiches, man. No, hey, that's funny.
No,
No,
no. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's
no,
misogynistic. It's just like
yeah,
that they called you earlier, and it doesn't
it,
mean you give people massages. It means
yeah, but
you're a bigot. It means you don't respect the women in your world. And I've seen the way you talk to Aunt Mama Lou
hey,
behind
hey,
her back. So
hey,
yeah,
no.
you are a misogynist, my friend.
Hey, no, hey, 'cause one thing leads into another, man. I tell you, somebody that ought to win. Hey, Kirsty Nome, she ought to stick to making sandwiches, 'cause she ain't got no business. She ain't got no business doing what she's doing, man. Hey, she's mad. You know who she mad at? She mad at
Who's she
some
mad at?
fella. Yeah, hey, she mad at some fella named Zach Bryan, and he come up with a song, and she says the song is disrespectful to law enforcement, and it is disrespectful to ICE agents, because he got one little verse in there where he says something about they some cocky folks, ain't they? He's right, man. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, but what he's singing in the song, I'll be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie to you. The song don't make no sense as it stands right now. It don't make no sense. Hey, could I get on that Tick'em Talk'em, man? Hey, and I tell folks, I say, y'all listen to the words to that song. It don't make no sense. And they like, well, you must be a dumb Trump supporter or something. And I'm like, no, I ain't no dumb Trump supporter. I might be dumb, but I ain't no Trump supporter, man. Hey, matter of fact, man, hey, I've been Googleizing and reading up on the news and everything. Hey, they got this. Have y'all talked about this, man? Hey, they got an Air Force base out there in Idaho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I
and
don't
they
know
want
what's
to.
going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, they
that's
want to take.
crazy.
Hey, it is, man, and I'll tell y'all why. Because out there, they gonna have Qatar. Hey, that's a country they got over there. Y'all want to call it the Middle East, but it's really West Asia. Hey, and this country of Qatar. Yeah, hey, this country of Qatar, they are a. Hey, I got it wrote down right here, man. They want to have a portion of the Air Force base allotted to them. They're gonna build them a new building and everything where their pilots can learn to fly F-15s. And they saying F-15s, but they're probably gonna be the F-35s too. Hey, and you know what? I'll tell y'all what. Hey, y'all can Googleize it. Don't take my word for it, man. Qatar, and y'all
Nutty.
think I'm, yeah, no, hey, y'all think
I
I'm
read that
lying.
story. I read it. I read
Yeah,
that story.
yeah,
It's nutty.
no, hey,
Well, they're
but hey,
selling
but
them the airplanes, so they're training them there how to use the airplanes. But I
hey,
don't
yeah,
like the idea.
I don't
yeah,
either.
but hey, here's the crazy part, man. The crazy part is they going to let Donald Trump build a multi-million, if not billion-dollar golf course resort in their country, and they also the ones that's wanting to give him a 747 airplane. And I looked it up and I Googleized it, and hey, I studied up on it, man. Hey, this country of Qatar, they fund. That means they give money to the Taliban, and they give money to Hamas. They do, man. I ain't lying.
Lots of
So,
Well,
hey,
the leaders of Hamas are in Qatar. Like that's where they're
yeah,
hiding
they
out.
live there. Yeah. Yeah.
no, I
Yeah, they're
don't
not
know.
even hiding out. They just straight up live there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, I thought they lived right there in that Gaza land or whatever, man. Hey, but they are, man. They fund terrorists. That don't make any sense that our president, I ain't gonna lie. Our president, in my humble, honest opinion, based on that information, is aiding and abetting a terrorist organization. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, and that to me
I
is an
yeah.
impeachable offense, man. Hey, he
Well,
is.
Qatar is technically an ally,
Yeah,
and the
Technically.
Abraham Accords and all that, and they've done a lot towards moving towards peace. And he needs them on board to be for his grand plan of peace in the Middle East to work out. And I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. I see why he's doing it. And, you know, to be fair, it is a training facility to train them on the airplanes that we're selling to them. But if I was living in Idaho and I saw an F-15, you know, go over my head, I'd wonder, right?
Hey,
No.
hey,
See,
this is
you know, when they take and do that, see, I was in the Air Force before, so I know a little bit about this stuff, all right?
Yeah.
So what happens
Hey.
is you get these countries, you know, that need to be
Hey.
trained in that, and what they do is they pay. Oh, well, don't worry, Willie. You only have like 10 more minutes left. But anyways, they got this. They pay in to
Nine.
train,
Mark,
all right,
he has 9 minutes left.
On the base they allow them to build their own facilities sometimes. But you know that's depending on the country
Yeah. Hey.
that they
And
allow.
there are many
all
other
right,
countries
but
that have
there
these
there
and
are
yada, yada,
deals
yada,
like
yeah.
that. But it's
Yeah.
not theirs. It's when they take and build it, it's on lease to them. All right, the land is. All right, that's how it works.
I mean, is that kind of like the leases that China does? Similar stuff. I mean,
Probably.
I think
Yeah,
it's
we
it's a very-
actually do a
Hang on.
lot of different things like that where we lease stuff off of our own bases to other countries and that
Okay.
for training and that. So don't get all worked and bent out of shape, Willie. That's just how the world works. And here,
Willie, you still there?
Yeah, man. Anyway, like I was saying before,
We have 7 minutes left, so
Yeah,
make the
yeah,
best
hey.
of it. I want you to
Yeah.
really, you know, focus in.
Yeah, no, look at him. Hey, Donald Trump said it in 2017 that Qatar is a funder of terrorism, man. Hey, and now Donald
Yeah.
Trump, and Donald Trump wants to send troops into all these cities and stuff, man. Hey, look at that goes against habeas corpus, and it goes against, only if, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, but here's what's going on, man. Hey,
Wait, isn't
Atlas
habeas corpus to do with journalism?
Atlas 3I asteroid, man, is heading our way. Hey, and right now with the government shutdown and everything's going on, hey, that's why they shut the government down so that NASA could not give out the information about the Atlas 3I asteroid that's heading
Or
this
are
way.
they going to the
But it's a
bunker?
spaceship, man. It's a spaceship. And that, hey, look at him. I just studied up on it. That is the real reason that the National Guard is going into these major cities, man, because of what they're calling UFOs and UAPs. Hey, these are alien craft.
oh my
The
God,
alien
this just in.
mothership- Hey,
I just
it
got
right
a
here in
message.
front
I
of me,
just
man.
got a message from Elon
hey,
Musk over from on X.
hey,
Hold on.
I don't care, man. Look at him.
Mark,
Hey, I'm fitting to get off of here, man.
Your
Hey, look at him.
your
I'm gonna talk to
alien
y'all
honey's
later
trying
on.
to contact
Y'all
you
be good,
for
man. I
child
love each and
support.
every
All
one
right,
of you.
that's what it is. All right, and I'm
Mark.
going to get out of here
Jeez,
now. I
Mark,
just
what are you doing that for? Why do you do that? All right. Anyway, there's
Well,
Willie.
he's gone.
He's gone.
yeah, he ran.
yeah, so,
he sure did run because he owes child support to his alien honey. It's coming in to beam him back up to take that out on him. All right, that's what this 3i Atlas is coming in. I was trying to tell him.
If you owe alimony to aliens, you're pretty much stuck. I mean, they're coming after you one way or another.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask Willie when this thing's supposed to be here. Because I've heard about that too, but I haven't really read much about it because it's like, yada, yada, whatever. It's,
It should be here in November.
But if a giant alien ship is coming down here, it'd be good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's an alien ship. I think it's a space rock. But it'd be cool if it was aliens. I would totally be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, or like you were talking about the meteor that is just like filled with gold or diamond or some new metal that just does everything that we could have never envisioned before.
Yeah,
changes the world, becomes the most
Yeah.
valuable thing on the planet.
That would be awesome. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, though. I think it's just a space rock, personally. But
It'd be pretty cool for the people who first took thing and
Yeah. Yeah.
For the rest of us, it wouldn't really do much to be the Rockefellers would work out real well for them.
As it usually does. As it usually does.
And don't forget the royal family.
Yeah, and they always
Odds
make
are
it.
it'll land on their real estate.
Very true. If not theirs, the Vatican's.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. You imagine it just lands right in the middle of the square there.
Lands. I could see based on just the irony of the world that we live in, it would land somewhere like that, like right in the middle of like the Vatican City, or right in the middle of like some other famous religious site, and it would cause world chaos. That would be the irony of the world we live in.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about this new trend that's going around on TikTok and whatnot. Obviously, where some of the worst things in the world happen, people are using AI to generate. Kids are doing this to generate fake pictures of homeless people coming to the door. They let them in. They say, "Hey, he's a friend of yours from college, Dad." Right? So, like, they'll take a picture up in the room and they'll put him like sitting on their bed next to him. To like your 14-year-old daughter, making an AI picture with some like, homeless guy walking around the house because he said he went to college with you. Imagine how you would flip out as a parent seeing these pictures.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a little crazy. I can understand why kids would do silly things like that, but at the end of the day, like this AI imaging capability is it's going to get even crazier than that. Imagine, take this to the next level. Scammers creating full-on fake videos or fake images and using it to scam people. There's just so many potential for misuse of it. It's just getting beginning. I think the TikTok stuff is the mild version of what we're going to see coming.
Yeah. But I don't know, with this trend, apparently it's causing police stations across the country to respond, code 5, to these instances where, the father calls up in a panic, "Hey, there's a homeless guy in my house with my little kids in their bedroom." You know what I mean? So they race over there and bust down the doors and go through. They might have guns out. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And then, you got to sweep the whole house. It takes time to do that, to make sure they're not hiding him somewhere. And as a parent, man, that would flip you out. So what they're doing now is they're starting to actually charge some of these kids for, crimes for doing this. And, if it does nothing more than just scare the bejesus out of them. But I mean, as a parent, I can't imagine the fear, the panic when you're, an hour away at your job.
Yeah.
Or, a 30-minute drive minimum to get home.
Yeah, it's one more reason not to let kids have phones and access to the internet.
Well, I'll tell you, if my kid does that to me, they ain't using the internet for a long time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. We're getting ready for our next break here. So, yeah, I'll tell you. Well, Willie, crazy guy. He sent me a text. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but yeah, went off in a huff, and there you go. I think he's had the law maybe knocking on his door. We'll have to see if he comes back. But folks, this is go ahead.
No, I was just say, well, that does happen sometimes when you're in the worm farm business.
Yeah, it's tough. The feds come looking for you for whatever reason because you're trying to pawn it off as actual hot dogs.
Yep,
but
exactly.
Folks, this is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition. Now, understand that we are also on the air every Wednesday night at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time as well. So come check us out there. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back after these messages.
All right, we're on radio break.
All right, you done ticked them off, Mark.
Oh my God, really?
I was trying to interrupt you. Love you guys, but I'm done doing Willie. Too much interruption from Mark.
Oh,
So I got to talk him off that ledge.
He does not like you, Mark.
no, he don't.
Well, you just drove in there and talked straight over him, like just straight, like mid-sentence, just talked over him and wouldn't stop. You wouldn't lay off. You just kept going and going, and then, yeah, like to go to what?
I'll talk to him.
The alien honey thing was marginally funny, but it didn't need to be like massively injected in right there. Let's see,
I'll
what do they
talk
call
to
it?
him. I won't
Timing.
come. I won't come back in on next Sunday. I'll promise him.
You got to watch out for the talent, Mark.
Oh my God!
The talent gets a little prima donna. You got to watch out for
that. Poor Willie. I was rolling so hard when he was talking about getting his thing caught up in the spokes. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Then he wants to talk about
yes.
3-Eye Atlas. I'm like, yep, that's your alien honey coming in to collect for child support, for all those kids she has to you.
Got to watch out for that intergalactic what is it? Alimony.
Yeah.
That's the word. Intergalactic alimony.
Yeah, don't probe you in a wrong way.
That's right.
But he might like it, because he said before that he was like, oh yeah, they probed me and I liked it. What?
Oh yes, that deep probe.
I'm like, oh my God, really?
Different strokes for different folks. I mean, everybody's got their thing.
He won't even sing anymore. I'm like, it's been what, over a couple years now since he sang a song, a new one.
You sang the polka dot bikini one? No. What did he sing?
Lucky Seven. He keeps always doing Lucky Seven.
No. Tonight before we came on, he sang a couple lyrics.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember the song. It was it reminded me of the polka dot bikini one, but it was a different one. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, Purple People Eater. Purple People Eater.
That's right.
There you go. We should be 10% more spooky in the next segment.
Ah.
I'll do a story about a church in England that was defamed by graffiti.
In England?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll cover this when we go live here in a minute.
Yeah, we got about that.
Which one was this?
Well, you got about 30 seconds, fellas.
Yeah, I'll answer your questions in about 30 seconds. Well, know what's going on. Can you wait that long, Doc?
Maybe.
All right.
Millennial Baby in the Kick Chat. Thanks so much. And here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you are alive and back on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show Sunday Night Edition. We're hanging out with the Doc. We got the Doc in the house. What's up, Doc?
Oh, not too much. Willie is a little upset, but I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll talk him down. He's good. He just only gets so much time every week, and he, works so hard to make it work and get in everything he can.
You do.
Yeah. Anyway, as the Church of England, um, as part of a project designed to amplify voices of the marginalized communities and the unheard, has allowed the graffiti-style defacement of ancient Canterbury Cathedral, which was founded by St. Augustine in 579 AD. This is temporary graffiti, but it's graffiti. It looks like this place has been graffitied up all over the place. And you know how graffiti works, right? Once one person tags it, everyone tags it.
Yep. Draws it in. I did see that picture. I don't. It looks so ugly and so wrong. It's just terrible.
And the fonts they use, I can't even read half of it. It's if you go in there to pray and you walk into your cathedral that's been around 1,500 years and you're looking around and you're seeing this garbage on the walls inside there, it's a slap in the face to anybody who considers that place sacred.
Yeah.
Um,
Sad. It's sad that the church has allowed that to take place. I mean, it kind of tells you how far church participation and church respect has fallen in that part of the world.
Mhm.
Really, that it allows something like that.
Yeah. Thomas Antoni, not sure who he is. He's on Twitter. I'll quote him. "This isn't representing voices. It's cultural vandalism masquerading as social justice." You're not representing one. It's cultural vandalism.
Yeah, that's what it sounds. I mean, it literally is vandalism. First of all, I don't really care that graffiti is a style. Like when you put graffiti art on something of the level of craftsmanship and beauty that is a cathedral, you are, you're degrading it.
Yeah.
You're making something beautiful ugly. It's terrible.
And this thing is massive and it's gorgeous. It's huge. It's, a very, very holy place. It's been there 1,500 years. It's just dripped in history. And yet, I don't know, they're doing this to the inside. It's England, man, Church of England, which is run by the king, mind you. Have fun. I think your leaders would rather your country be Muslim than Christian.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
It sure does. They're going out of their way to make it happen, They really are. Let's see. So, Turning Point USA has just announced that they're going to be doing the halftime show this year, right? Not that they're going to be doing the halftime show, but they're going to be doing a halftime show during the Super Bowl as a counter to the woke left version that the NFL will no doubt put on. And I think it's a great thing. All kinds of good stuff will be add their music. They haven't announced much of their lineup yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be top notch, Kid Rock, Lee Greenwood. Right, you gotta have Lee Greenwood.
I heard they're trying to possibly get Creed, maybe.
Okay.
To who knows if that's going to come through or not? But that was one of the names thrown around as well. They did a halftime show back a while ago. It'd be interesting. My concern with this whole thing, though, is, let's be real. The NFL is got entities within it that are controlled by our cultural enemies. Can we give up that battleground and just go to some other thing? I don't know. I don't know how you would fight it necessarily, but and if giving up the cultural battleground to the left at any point at this juncture in our confrontation with them just seems like a bad idea to me. I'm not against TPS USA doing their own thing. I think a more direct approach could be had. Something going, I don't know, towards the NFL directly. I know not watching the halftime or the Super Bowl would be a great effect, but beyond that, there has to be something. I just feel like doing separate things is building out a parallel system, and once you build out the parallel system, those two parallel systems are going to end up coming into conflict with one another. And it just seems like more cultural bifurcation to me. But I don't know. Maybe that's just my bias. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and it's funny, when Biden got in power, it all kind of died down a little, right?
Yeah,
They
a
weren't
little
as
bit.
angry all the time, right? I mean, still you had the Karens all the place, ma'am, right? You had all those instances, but a lot of it did seem to cool down. And looking at the Trump administration, they've got nothing left. They got all they've got is this shutdown going because they want illegals to have health care. They want to add $1.5 trillion in spending. How about no? How about no, thank you in any way, shape, or form? They're losing the culture war. They're losing it in a big way. In Virginia, the polls are swinging hard.
Yeah.
We might get a Republican governor in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Think about that.
And before the assassination of Charlie Kirk, I was very concerned about the midterms. But it seems like that event revealed some things that have helped push the culture back in our favor, at least for the time being. But yeah, they're on the ropes. I think we have to go after them here. I don't think doing a parallel thing is necessarily the best move. Don't know exactly what the best move would be, but it just seems like we should be more frontal with our attacks at this point because we have them on the ropes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to get this government opened up again. They're saying they're not going to do anything until after the 18th of October because they can't confront. There's going to be a big rally, the No Kings rally in Washington, D.C. And this is, all the NGOs that they give the money to, all the big people are going to be there. That's the whole kit and caboodle. And Washington is going to be awash in the far, far left political anarchists who want to see an end to the U.S. government, who just want to take it down. And it isn't a No Kings event. It's a We Hate America event. If you go in there, I mean, there might be 500,000 people in the mall. But if you go in there with an American flag, you better be careful. You better have some security. You better be very careful. If you go there with a Palestinian flag, you will be welcomed in open arms. If you go in there with a gay pride flag, of course, that's great. Heck, you can go in there with a Chinese communist flag, and they will pat you on the back. An old Soviet flag, all that stuff. Fine. An American flag, you're going to see a crowd of people out there, and none of them will look patriotic to you in any way, shape, or form. This is going to be a big hate fest in Washington, D.C. And, I'm scared to think about what actually might happen there. What kind of conniving is being done behind the scenes by these desperate people who want to make the right look like the ones who go out and beat people, When they hold
certainly a great opportunity.
Rallies, when they hold these rallies, the right doesn't come out and start punching, the pink hats. They go out there and they're as safe as they can be. But if the right goes out and does a rally like that, Antifa shows up every time and people get punched.
Yeah, and even when we do try to let the left do their thing, Antifa even shows up to the left events and causes problems, or groups like Antifa. So it doesn't matter what anybody on either side does, as long as we have these agitators amongst them. And I guarantee you something like that is going to have agitators. And even if it is just a peaceful protest, it won't stay that way because of the agitators.
Yeah, and they will be out in force in that event. I guarantee it. There'll be gigantic black blocs from all over the country. People who live in their mom's basement who suddenly have the wherewithal to travel to Washington, D.C., stay in a hotel in a city that's going to be overbooked and overpriced. And, you're able to do that. Who's paying for that? Who's paying for all these people to go? It's that $100 million we were talking about earlier. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's the American people doing it. Our tax money at work. And my Lord. Anyway, let's move on here. But they're not going to open up the government until after that is what I'm hearing, because they just can't base their base if they, crack to Trump. But it's not getting easier for them, man. The pressure's coming. They're shutting it down. A clean resolution would have opened up the government in 2 minutes flat. Just a clean resolution. They do them all the time. But on this particular one, they decided to say, no, we want $1.5 trillion in spending and all this other garbage.
And nobody's buying their narrative anymore either, not even on their side. Everybody knows it's them that shut it down. Everybody knows that they're refusing to sign a continuing resolution. There's been multiple offers. So it's at this point, it's just out of pure stubbornness. I hate Trump that they're holding on to it. And it's actually, like many things that they do just to spite Trump, ends up hurting them more than it does Trump.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, they'll never learn, basically. They don't learn. It is what it is. But anyway, let's get on here to another story that we talked about a few weeks ago with Tylenol, acetaminophen, being linked to autism. And, RFK Jr. went to work. They said, hey, let's go find and root out some of these sources of autism. Let's look at the obvious stuff, the vaccines and some other things. And they found that acetaminophen is a real strong correlation to autism. And what did the left do? You saw these videos of all these pregnant women just taking it down like candy.
Yep.
Dancing around pregnant, taking it like, oh, Trump said it, so I don't have to listen. It doesn't apply to me. There was one woman who overdosed and died because she made a TikTok and, did exactly that, took too much of it, and it can kill you if you take too much of it. And
now, a lot of people
what?
don't know. They don't recommend it for you being pregnant anyway. Like, a lot of people didn't know that because doctors were pushing it on them.
Well, and, Tylenol itself, how many commercials do they run? How much, money do they spend on marketing? They don't put it in their marketing that, hey, if you're pregnant, don't touch this with a 10-foot pole. They just tell everybody, hey, you got that backache? That lower backache from being pregnant or simulating?
Did you hear... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, did you hear that there was another study that was done that had to do with giving Tylenol to children after circumcision that also had some correlation as well to that? That using Tylenol for the pain of circumcision may have had some correlation to autism as well.
Yeah, it's in general, I assume it's probably just not good for, developing humans, whatever stage, right?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Yeah.
They used to have the baby aspirin that was the go-to, but it's probably just a little more expensive.
Well, and there's some babies can't take aspirin products. There's some people that have allergies and things like that. But in general, babies are pretty resilient. You shouldn't be really giving them pain medication anyway. If your baby can't stop crying because they're in pain, you might want to go see a doctor instead of giving them pain medication,
Or like a thimble full of whiskey.
That's what my grandmother did. I don't know if it worked, but that's what she said she did anyway.
Just kidding. We don't do that. We know more than our grandmothers do. We don't do that anymore.
Very true.
But anyway, back to acetaminophen here. This is RFK.
The level of Trump derangement syndrome has now left political landscapes, and it is now in the realm of pathology. And a mother could overwhelm millions of years of maternal instinct to put her baby at risk. And all you have to do is look at the studies, which you and I talked about. It's not dispositive that cause autism. It is so suggestive that anybody who takes stuff during pregnancy, unless they have to, is irresponsible. There are 15 rodent studies. Every one of them shows if you give it to the mother, the babies, and particularly the male babies, have profound neurological and behavioral changes. There is a study from Johns Hopkins on cord blood where they divided women into 3 categories: those who had the least acetaminophen in their cord blood, and those who had the most. The ones with the most had 3.6 times the rate of autism in their children. The middle category had 2.2 times, so it's a dose-related response. And there are dozens of studies that show the countries that use the most have the highest level of autism. Cuba has the lowest level in the world of acetaminophen use, and it has the lowest autism rate in the world. Oh, this is not dispositive. It is not proof. We're doing the studies to make the proof. But in the meantime, the precautionary principle should apply.
Anyway, you get the point. It's Trump derangement syndrome. It's a psychosis now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's just been getting worse and worse every minute that goes by. He's in office this second time. I mean, some people I think are really broken. I don't think they'll come back.
It's sad to see. I mean, we got what's her name over in Ireland, Rosie O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about somebody who's just drank the Kool-Aid to the nth degree. You left California, your home, your whole life, to move to, Ireland, which I'm sure it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's gorgeous, but it ain't California.
Well, it's not your home either. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You don't know anyone there. You don't have family there. But I mean, you might have, I don't know, distant family or whatever over there, and I'm sure they're happy to see you. Or, they're probably happy to see you go too.
Right.
But speaking of Ireland, let's talk about this article here from Red State. Irish government tells EU what it can do with its demand to force hate speech laws on the public. Basically, they're giving them a big old middle finger and saying, we feel that the laws here are fine for the Irish people. They work just fine. And we don't need to go to these draconian new levels that you're insisting on. And so thank you, but no thank you. And I wish more countries would do this.
It'd be nice if England would do that.
They're not even in the EU.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy that Ireland is standing up to the censorship. They were all in for a very long time. I'm curious. Is this kind of coming from the left or the right over there? Do you know?
The resistance would certainly, I'm sure, be from the right of the aisle. The left, they're just all in for the globalists, right? And
that's what I'm saying. I was curious if there's some sort of trend, because I know that what's his name, the MMA fighter was planning on running, and then he had to drop out because he couldn't qualify or something. But I mean, it seems like Ireland is kind of having a sort of a resistance moment to this globalist centralized authority of the EU. Am I reading that right? Does it seem that way?
Yeah, well, Conor McGregor probably scared the crap out of some very powerful people over there. So I bet they had to, sit down with him and said, please don't do what you're doing. We get your message, maybe. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I mean, yeah. I mean, he certainly had some people riled up. That's for sure.
Oh, and he would have, I think he would have dominated it,
Yeah.
It'd be like him literally getting into a ring with one of these opponents. They wouldn't.
Well, name recognition alone. Yeah, name recognition alone, he crushes any opponent they put him against.
And messaging,
Yeah.
messaging. Man, he's just got the better message all the way around, and he's got the tenacity to stand up and fight for those, beliefs he truly holds dear to his heart and his soul.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Conor McGregor would have really, knocked things up. There's also a bunch of, this whole flag movement across England.
Yep.
They're seeing some of that. They're seeing not necessarily in the same manifestations, but in the same spirit. They're seeing a lot of resistance along those lines as well, where people are saying, hey, close down this hotel here. It's in the wrong spot. Get it out of here. And they're having to listen to it because there's just that much demand. There's a lot of really horrible things that are happening on the street. Remember that girl a month ago?
Yeah.
With the machete?
Yeah. Look, Europeans are going to have to stand up and resist with every tool at their disposal. Because if not, like you said, England seems to be a pilot case. That the leadership over there is perfectly content with handing everything over to Islam. They're completely fine with that. And so I think the public, if they don't want that to happen, they're going to have to push the people in power out some way or some form. So hopefully Ireland's on the way to do that. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully, these people just start waking up. That's all. We've been talking a lot about California. Let's dive into some stories there. Okay. Yeah, here's a tragedy, man. a criminal illegal alien kills 6 people in drunk driving collusion after California authorities ignore ICE detainer. And this guy had been deported 7 times, if I'm not mistaken. Had all kinds of previous, DUIs and whatnot, and was just living high on the hog in California, and ran into a tree, and 6 people were killed. Another person was seriously injured, and this guy survived. And so it's just why we need ICE. 7-time deported dude. 7 times deported. All these DUIs, breaking the law constantly here in the United States. No respect whatsoever for the people that, he shares society with.
Yeah, it's a shame that we've let it get to this point. But we need good sheriffs too. We need good police department leadership. We need like we saw in Illinois, the state police down there were fighting on the side of ICE instead of against ICE, because they ignored JB Pritzker's orders, and we're like, no, we're going to help these guys because this is out of control. We can't have this. We need more of that. We need these people to hold the judge. Like if these people in California are arresting these guys and sending them in front of court judges, and the judges are letting them go, these cops and these leaders of these groups, whether it's the sheriff's department or the police department, they need to bring that to the public. They need to go straight to the public, because it's clear that, especially in places like California, the government doesn't care.
Exactly. And those people that ignored the orders and helped the ICE agents, they fear, okay, I'm going to get fired, whatnot. No. You're going to get a massive promotion if you do something like that. You're going to get a federal job with a huge promotion because you just showed that you have honor and courage in the line of fire. You didn't listen to your coward of a mayor give you a stand-down order.
Right. Exactly.
Trust me, in this administration, if you're doing that kind of stuff, you're going to get rewarded big time.
Yeah, and the people will reward you as well. Human beings in America who are pro, law and order are going to stand up for you as well. You're not alone in that fact. If you're a police officer listening to the radio show tonight, stand up, stand out. We got your back. But if you're on their side, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
because they're going to throw you under the bus.
Exactly. Get a stand-down order that just doesn't make sense, and obviously, if federal agency's involved, I guarantee you, Trump will not turn his back on you. But anyway, here's another article from Red State about California whiplash. California County imposes COVID mask mandate just days after Newsom signed law for no mask on ICE agents. Right?
What is it, 2020? Or what's going on?
Yeah, right. Well, this hospital, what it is basically it's medical workers in a certain California wine county, are Sonoma County to be specific, are requiring masks for their employees dealing with customers. And of course, if you go to the hospital, you're going to be required to wear one as well. It's because they're afraid of some, I don't know, some new COVID variant or whatever. But they're doing this the same week that Gavin Newsom signs a law saying that ICE agents can't wear masks. It's just like you should check with the other hand, right hand, meet left hand, shake.
The entire West Coast operates that way, though. It's insanity. They really, it's just a bunch of nonsense. It really is. Both Washington, Oregon, and as well as California, all crazy politicians in charge. Nonsense at every level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just why they call it the left coast, the land of fruits and nuts.
Real, very real.
But we can sit here from the comfort of the Midwest and kind of get a chuckle, or the Southwest, or wherever we may be. But yeah, it's kind of funny to see what goes on out there in California. They are really just Gavin Newsom is such a horrible, horrible, horrible mayor. I mean, they got 2 building permits out to Malibu or Pacific Palisades so far. 2.
Yeah, and there's been a bunch of craziness to go with that Palisade fire stuff. That the guy got arrested that supposedly set the fires, and turns out he was a climate activist. Shocker. So I mean, California, the way that they run things, I think, is specifically to make as much chaos as possible, so that they can cover up how much they're stealing. That's how it seems.
It sure does. All that money, they raised $100 million from that fire aid, and it all just went to a bunch of, again, NGOs that had some vague relation to, the people in those areas, just very vague. If it just did anything that might get to those people, they give them 50 million. Here you go. Maybe 50 grand will get to an actual fire victim.
Right.
But anyway, on that note, folks, we should wrap it up here. Thanks so much for listening to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Doc, thanks for coming out tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, as always. Appreciate it.
Sorry if my producer interrupted you a couple of times there, but we'll fix that.
That's okay. We'll put him on a leash next week.
Folks, thanks for listening. Dragish Productions, thanks for producing. And we're going to end it here, folks. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you on Wednesday night.
All right. Great show, guys.
Excellent, gentlemen.
Do you want to
Thanks
do
for
an
the
after
laughs. It was a
show
good time.
or?
No, I gotta get out of here, unfortunately. But you guys have a good one.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of time on this, so.
I'll probably call it too.
Okay.
I'm good in an after show. Yeah.
All right. I will talk to you later on. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody, and I am going to host out. This has been the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. And who do we got that we can host out to? Well, how about that DP Mudasucker? Yeah, how about him? I'll host out to him today on the Kick Chat. And let's see here over on over on yeah, hold on here. Yeah, we'll just we're gonna host out now to DP Mudasucker, and good night, folks. It's been a great night. Hope everybody had a great night, and we will see you on Wednesday for more live shows, but I'll have some other stuff streaming pretty soon after I get everything going for in between. So yeah, so let me go ahead and host out wherever my yeah, if I can find the right buttons and clicks, I can do all sorts of stuff. That's right. Wrong one. We're hosting over to DP Mudasucker.